Hey, how you doing today? Here's another video that absolutely no one asked for. This is going to be my take on some of the updates that are going to be happening, especially around some of the balancing updates. Uh, I want to talk about the 5-star artifact Chatty that everyone I think should be getting because it is actually getting a very, very, very good buff. I think this artifact is getting tuned way up. I think it's going to be way better than it currently is. I think it's just going to be a great artifact soon. So let's go over what makes it great. So currently, you only get the barrier if your health goes below the 50% health threshold. Uh, it's really hard for mages, because this is a mage exclusive artifact, for them to hit that trigger and then have that barrier be meaningful. There are some select heroes already that make use of that. Something of note is that mages have some of the highest defense in the game, not knights, which is something that a lot of people kind of look over. So this is something that you can really take advantage of to a certain degree. Uh, that being said, that effect alone pretty difficult to use, and this is why you don't really see it anywhere. It's just not the best mage artifact. Like, it doesn't help you with cleave, which is one of the biggest things that mage artifacts are known for, is bringing that tome, getting those 20 souls. So this is a more defensive artifact. There's honestly just a lot of really good mage artifacts out there that has to contend with. Uh, Looking at you, Abyssal Crowned, you're great. But let's look at its new effect. At the start of battle, it grants a barrier for 2 turns, and it scales off of attack. Whew. That's pretty cool. So we're having it scale off of attack. It starts at the beginning of the combat, and then we also have it trigger when their HP becomes 50% or less. Also noted is that the barrier strength is increased. So I'm expecting to get a pretty fat barrier. Where can we make that really beneficial? Where can we make this really significant? So let's go ahead and take a look at the hero roster of mages. Who do we think would be great for this? Tyrek, probably not. Melissa, she gets immortality, we don't care. Mercedes, just, well, I don't see why you wouldn't have her with that. I need to really build mine up more. Milim might actually be interesting if you wanted to make her a little bit more survivable. I don't think that's a terrible way of doing it. Uh, Probably not the one I would go for. Politis, I think you could make a case for Politis having her start off with that really nice barrier, keeps her alive. You can make her much more defensive that way, make it so people can't just instantly snipe her from the get-go. Makes it really annoying to be on the battlefield. This could surprise people on the defense team. I think that's a solid position to have to be. This Roy Mustang is who I think it belongs on. I think Roy Mustang will see probably a little bit more play. I'm not actually going to say that. I don't think he's going to see more play. I don't think people are really excited about him. I think Chatty makes him really, really good, though. And the reason I say that is because of his S2. It's basically a damage reduction limitation. So if he can only take so much damage each turn, this barrier is just going to be massive on him. He's going to have this massive barrier on a small HP, high damage build. You can make this lifesteal. It only triggers every 2 turns, so you want to have him fast, but man, that's pretty scary. Uh, S1 takes that extra turn. He's just going to be blasting people. He does have some counterplays though, so he's not going to be the best. I think he might still have some issues with cleave, but I think he'll catch a lot of people off guard with him. I don't know if his speed build is going to be better than maybe a slower build like this one I have on him. Notice it's not even at 200 speed, but that's because I went for that nice nice attack value. It's doing that damage, you know. So, I don't know. I think he'll be interesting. I'll probably play around with him. I might try him lifesteal. I might try him counter set. I think he'll be a lot of fun. I think that having him with Chatty, I think will give a lot of different options. I'm probably going to throw Mullah at him, which doesn't excite me, but I think it'll be fun here to play around with. I think that the Chatty rework will give him a lot of more play. I believe it's still only two turns every time. Something else that does excite me about Chatty is the fact that Chatty's basically a free, fully upgraded artifact that everyone can get. I say this because you can go to Side Story, and we go to our Book of Memories, and you're going to have one of these just for free. Notice I have 0, and that is because I went over here and I bought the Shadow of Ravenwing Manor. You just run through it, it gives you a fully upgraded one. I'm currently in the process of clearing it back out. That Chatty that I have was the original run through of when I got it, and I just never bothered to fully level it. So that's on me. So yeah, my recommendation, run through the side story, get the artifact, get the hero, who, Cirilla, hopefully one day she becomes relevant again. Really good plot, really cool character art. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully you can think of different ways of using Chatty. I think it'll be a decent artifact. I think it'll enable some creative play. Have a wonderful day.